Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a little bit of a book tour and an unhaul. Once again, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you decided to click on this video. So I'm not 100% sure the best way to set this up. My apartment is very small and I don't have a ton of filming options, ways to set up my camera. So we're gonna just play it by ear, see how it goes. Speaking of my apartment being small, I like to limit myself to 4 bookshelves. They're just from IKEA. They're just kind of plain, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves. So in total, I have 20 shelves. Now, a couple of these are used for other stuff, like our printer, and then we have one that's just like tchotchkes. So basically what I'm saying is I don't have that much space for books. So I try to do a little clean out every now and then, because sometimes books that I think I really enjoyed, at the end of the day, I'm like, I don't remember anything about this. I don't really need to keep it. So I thought this would be a good way to kind of show off my collection of books while also cleaning them out. And when I finish with this video, I'm going to put all of these books on Pengo. So if you see anything you like, go ahead and over there. I actually started a sale today. I can't remember what I made it, but it's over there. So if you see some of these books that you're interested in, it doesn't mean I didn't like them if I'm getting rid of them. It just means that I probably won't read it again. It didn't have tons of memory for me and I just don't need it. So let's get started. Again, I feel like this is such a weird setup, but I'm gonna do my best. So up here, my bookshelves don't make any sense, really. I like to organize my stuff by height, and in that, I feel like it's still kind of messy. So I'm gonna turn the camera around because you don't really need to see my face for all this. So hold please. Okay, so up here, I have some books that are just a little bit shorter. And of course, I have some of these cute little plants and things. So let's see. These 2 books by Will Leach I loved. Definitely will keep those. Being Lolita, really enjoyed. Reprieve, I really like this, but I can probably get rid of it. I don't think that I will ever go back and read it again. I don't really know anyone that I think would like it. So time to go. Nothing to See Here by Kevin Wilson. You know I love that. The House in the Pines I thought was okay, but I think I'll hold on to it a little bit longer. The Weight of Blood, loved. Tired as Fuck, loved. Counterfeit, loved. Okay, so the rest of these I loved, and I'll definitely be holding on to a little bit longer. On my next shelf, I have a couple series. I have the Bromance Book Club series. Totally a favorite romance series. And then I have the Scythe series, along with Gleanings, which is like a book of short stories in the same world. And then I also put Dry here. It's by the same author as the Scythe series, and it just goes well. So I am going to keep all of those because I do like the way they look all together, even though my Scythe books are different heights. I don't know. That's weird. Got my cute little candle from Moody Wick, so definitely check them out if you like those kind of candles. I have 2 books from Daphne du Maurier, Rebecca and Don't Look Now, which is short stories. I actually haven't read that yet, but I got it in Paris at Shakespeare & Company, so you know, I'm excited. I also have this really old edition of Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier that I think this was one of the earliest US printings. My husband got it for me for my birthday one year, and it's just super old and cool. So love that. I have the box set of Mr. Mercedes, the Bill Hodges trilogy, which I really love. One of my favorite series, and definitely some of my favorite Stephen King books. The next shelf, I've got my Taylor Swift little golden book, because she's the best. And I have Harry Potter and my illustrated editions. All right, on the next shelf, this is where we'll get into the good stuff, I think, some cleaning out. I have Aesthetica, How to Turn Into a Bird. I loved both of those books. Those were from my Aardvark book box, so definitely recommend checking those out. They were different than a lot of books that I think I would have heard of. His and Hers by Alice Feeney, love. Same with Daisy Jones. These 2 Ellen Hildebrands are 2 of my favorites. All the Ugly and Wonderful Things by Bryn Greenwood. I could probably get rid of this, but I think I'll hold on to it a little longer. It was just very uncomfortable to read. Jar of Hearts, really good. Evie Drake Starts Over, really loved that. I have this cute little sticker, the reader, it's like a tarot card. And then I have The Last House on Needless Street, Sundial by Catriona Ward, really liked that. And The Plot by Jean Hanff Corlitz. I guess I'm going to keep all those ones. All right, over here we have The Herd. I really liked that, and I think that one is actually autographed, so that's cool. Becoming by Michelle Obama, we love her. Daughters of Erie Town, The Villa, Detransition Baby. I really liked this book, but I think I could probably unhaul it because I read it and I don't think it will be a reread, and I would like someone else to have the chance to read it for maybe cheaper than they would expect. The Silent Patient, I think everyone's read that by this point. The Steve Jobs, that's actually my husband's book, not mine, so I don't think he's ever read it either. Apples Never Fall by Leanne Moriarty, really good. Emily Giffin, The Lies That Bind. I actually really didn't like this book much. She's one of my favorite authors, and I've read every book she's read, but this was like just not my fave, so I think we'll say bye to this one. Definitely keeping Meant to Be because I am obsessed with that. What's Eating Us? That was really good nonfiction. Drowning and Falling by T.J. Newman. So good. Mame, really good. Symphony with Secrets and the Violin Conspiracy. I loved both of those by Brendan Slocum. The Great Stewardess Rebellion. Super good. If you're interested in like the history of unions, especially when it comes to aviation, highly recommend. Loved that. My Friend Anna, the classic scammer book. Loved it. The Husbands, Acts of Violet, Ghosts, Adelaide. I will keep all of those. Some of these I'm keeping because I love the aesthetic. Like I love the way that Acts of Violet looks. And it's really helpful when I need a purple book for an Instagram picture. So that one sticks around. Next I have Black Book, The Maid, The Change. I think I'm going to get rid of The Change. I liked it. I didn't love it. And it takes up a lot of space because it's really a fat book. Okay, I did have to stop filming for a second because I could not get this book out without making a whole mess with a pile of books. So, picking up where we left off. The Office of Historical Corrections, really liked that. It's short stories. And the rest of these I really liked, so I'm going to keep. Obviously, we are moving on to the Book of the Month section of my shelves. I love how they all like line up with the different, yeah, whatever. So here's some more. Pineapple Street, Long Bright River, Mexican Gothic, Razorblade Tears, The Collective, Holiday Swap. All of these are really good. I actually already took out of this pile the ones I wanted to get rid of because I was going to just have to pause it again. So out of that, I have The Sweetest Remedy by Jane Igaro. I liked this. I didn't love it. I did love Ties That Tether, so I'm definitely keeping that one. And the other one I'm getting rid of from this pile is Sky Falling by Mia McKenzie. I do really like this because it's set in Philly, and you can see the Philly skyline as it looks from West Philly on the cover, but unfortunately, that's not a reason to keep it. So hopefully someone else will want to keep it. All right, so more Book of the Month books. All the Dangerous Things, Home Before Dark, Rock, Paper, Scissors, Beach Read, Black Cake, Rootless. I think I'm going to get rid of that. You can see my childhood cat in a yarmulke. Just little things, you know, little things. So Rootless is gonna go, if I can get it out. It was good, but not great. On to the next shelf. We have The Soulmate Equation, which I really liked. Two Jennifer Weiner books that I really enjoyed. The Guncle, a masterpiece. Competitive Grieving, I don't remember much about, but I do remember that I really liked it. But I also love the color of this book, so I'm keeping it. Big Little Lies is a classic. Burn It All Down, amazing. We Are Not Like Them. The House Party, I could get rid of this. This is not a book that I will ever revisit, and I don't really remember much about. I do think I gave it like 4 or 5 stars, but I just don't think that is memorable to me. The Old Place by Bobby Finger, I really liked that. Local Woman Missing. The World Record Book of Racist Stories, loved that, definitely recommend it. He Started It and For Your Own Good by Samantha Downing. The Lost Night, I know I do think that one is autographed as well, which is pretty cool. Hostage, And then 2 of my J. Ryan Straddle books. Loved both of those. Elizabeth Gilbert, City of Girls. Oh my gosh, I forgot about how much I like that book. That's such, oh, I want to reread it, and I never do that. On this next shelf, we have The Last Flight, Faye Far Away, How Not to Die Alone, Misses Everything. Those are some of my favorite books of all time, so those 3 get to stay. The Lion's Den, Harlan Coben Wynne, The Match, and I Will Find You. I do really enjoy his books. I don't know if I will ever read these again, but I'm going to hold on to them for the moment. Next, I have The Office, The Untold Story of the Greatest Sitcom of the 2000s. I liked that. The Girl with the Louding Voice, oh, so good. Where the Crawdads Sing, people have mixed opinions, but I liked it. My Dark Vanessa, woo, that one is a lot. Greenwich Park, The Spectacular, I just read and I can't wait to tell you about. I haven't reviewed it yet and I cannot wait. Chloe Cates is Missing. Oh, this was a fun-ish book, but I think I am done with it. It was cool about like a child influencer, but I don't think it's one that I'm gonna reread, so we can get rid of. The Writing Retreat, The House of Eve, The Favor. I liked all of those. Over on the next shelf, Only the Beautiful, A Half-Baked Murder, What Happened to Ruth Ramirez, The Half Moon, Stone Cold Fox. Really liked all of those. And then now we move on to my sort of like young adult height shelf, at least. You know how they are kind of like particular heights. So I have Speak, The Hate You Give, Phoebe Robinson, Please Don't Sit on My Bed in Your Outside Clothes, Once More with Chutzpah, Blackout, You Should See Me in a Crown, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Honestly, I think that is the only one from this pile that I would get rid of, but I don't feel like stopping the video to pull it out. So it's staying for the moment, but I really didn't like that book. So I'm not super pressed to keep it. Over here we have The Fuck It Diet. If you are interested at all in like intuitive eating and healing your relationship with food, this is a must read. Love it. Seasonal Work by Laura Littman is short stories. Really liked that. Rachel Bloom's book. I love her. If you also like her or like her show, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, definitely get that. It's really funny. Cover Story. I loved. Such a unique, interesting concept of a book. Going Dark, The Mary Shelley Club. I really did like this, but I don't think I'm ever going to read it again. And it takes up a lot of room because it's fat, so gonna get rid of her. And then we have Anna Kendrick, Scrappy Little Nobody. I adore Anna Kendrick, so love that. All right, now we're coming down to the second to bottom shelf. I'm so sorry about this like filming situation. It's just hard to get my camera like set up with the way my bookshelf is positioned, so yeah, sorry. All right, so we have Who is Maud Dixon? Loved that. Trophy Life by Leah Geller. No, I'm gonna keep that. I liked that. The Siren by Catherine St. John, I really enjoyed. Back in the Burbs. I don't remember anything about this, so I think I'm gonna get rid of it. It can do something else. In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. That's a fun, like, holiday book. Dial A for Aunties. So funny. Unfortunately, I've heard nothing but things about the other book that followed up that one. So, I don't know if I'll, like, ever read it, but I did love that, so I'm keeping it. Weather Girl's really good. The Great Alone. Oh, Kristen Hanna. Can do no wrong. The Truth and Other Hidden Things by Leah Geller. Really liked that, too. Behind Closed Doors, definitely the best B.A. Paris book in my opinion. Blame It on the Mistletoe. This is a YA holiday read, and I loved it. I don't really feel like I get super into YA, but I really enjoyed that a couple years ago when I read it for Christmas time. Sunny Song Will Never Be Famous. This is a book about an influencer that I thought was great. It's, again, YA, but I really liked it. And The Charm Offensive, which is like the perfect romance. I just loved it. So great. Okay, so moving on. Over here, Welcome to the Neighborhood. I really liked that. I think I liked that more than I do, like, a lot of books that are similar to it. That's gonna stay. The Nightingale, not even a question, not staying. Other People's Children. I love this, because this is one of the first books I ever reviewed when I started Bookstagramming and any kind of platform. And the author sent me this copy that's autographed, and it was really nice. So I also really loved the book, which helps. The Layover by Lacey Walden, that is a fellow flight attendant, so definitely keeping that. She sent me that book, and I loved being part of her, like, team for it. These two Frederick Bachman books, honestly, unpopular opinion, but I don't really like his writing that much. I did like A Man Called Ova, but not as much Beartown. Again, controversial opinion. But I'm going to get rid of Beartown because someone else will like it more than I did. Autobiography. This is like a YA gay romance by Christina Lauren. And I liked it, but I think I could find a new home that would like it better. So I'm going to get rid of it. Don't Forget the Girl. I just reviewed that. Really liked it. Such a fun age. I really liked this, but I feel like half my reason for keeping it is because it's set in Philly, and I just love books that are set here. Night Film, so good, so spooky, love. Girls with Bright Futures, it's amazing. If you haven't read this, it's really great. I really recommend reading it. Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating is one of my favorite romances ever. Then She Was Gone. I don't think I really remember that much about this, which means it's probably time to go. It was good, but I don't think I need to keep it. The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. Definitely my favorite Ruth Ware that I've read. So I'm going to hang on to that. It's got a cool shiny cover. It doesn't photograph well, but it is cool. And The Whisper Network by Chandler Baker. Loved it, keeping it. On to the next shelf. We start with Under the Rainbow, which is one that I just read and really liked, so it gets to stay. Election, really fun read. I liked that. Christmas Shopaholic is one of my favorite of the Shopaholic series, so definitely keeping that. The Hunger Games, do I need to say anything else? The Boyfriend Project and the Dating Playbook. I really liked the Dating Playbook. I liked the Boyfriend Project, but not as much, but sometime I'll actually get around to reading the third one, and I can make them a cute little set, but for now, just the two of them. The Couple at Number 9 by Claire Douglas. I know I loved this, but I don't really remember anything about it, but it's going to stay for now. Station 11, love, love, love. Nothing But the Truth by Holly James, I loved. Shrill was really good. Monday's Not Coming. I really liked this. It's by Tiffany D. Jackson. Is it a D? I don't know. I'm not getting it out to look, but Tiffany Jackson, we'll just say. It's really good, but I honestly think her best book is The Weight of Blood or Grown. So definitely read those first, but this was still good. Privilege by Mary Atkins. I liked that, keeping. Secret Santa, this was a weird, weird little Christmas book. My Sister the Serial Killer, that was really good. I really enjoyed that. We're gonna just move on. We had to remove this post. I am getting rid of this because I did that whole vlog on it and it did nothing for me. So, goodbye. Back to Pango, Where I Got You. The Secret Lives of Church Ladies. That was a great book of short stories. I'm gonna keep that. Kitchens of the Great Midwest. No question, loved. Episode 13, I really liked. It's gotten some mixed reviews, but I really enjoyed it. Kiss Her Once for Me, loved. Key to My Heart, loved. Minor Dramas and Other Catastrophes. I could probably get rid of this one. Wasn't a favorite. Don't Look for Me, I really liked. Voices from the Pandemic, I did really like this. And I will keep it. This is an art copy, so I couldn't get rid of it to sell anyways. And I did really like it. Luck and Last Resorts, I really enjoyed. The Gay Best Friend, this was so good. If you haven't read this, you need to. Book Lovers, I'll keep it for now. Smoke Gets in Your Eyes, Valley of the Dolls, Yellow Wife, and Did I Say You Could Go? All of those are books that I really enjoyed, so I'm gonna keep them. The next part of the shelf is ARCs, so obviously I can't sell those, but I will still show you the ones that I liked enough that I wanted to keep, and that is The Guest House by Robin Morgan Bentley, Those Empty Eyes by Charlie Donnelly, We Are the Brennans by Tracy Lang, Beautiful Country, 1, 2, 3, The Soulmate, Drowning. I guess I could get rid of this since I actually have a finished copy now. I can't sell it, but it can leave my shelf. Cutting Teeth, and actually these two are not ARCs, but they are the same size because they are from Europe, so they're like European editions. I have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue and Hunger by Roxane Gay. And my last shelf of read books is all of my Stephen King's. So I have Bag of Bones, Under the Dome. I actually haven't read either of those. Why are they on this shelf? I don't know. But they're pretty intimidating by the size. So if I read them, they'll probably be ebooks or audiobooks because that is just too big for me to hold. I am lazy. We've got If It Bleeds, loved. Billy Summers, also loved. The Institute, also loved. Fairy Tale, loved, and also love this cover because it's a UK cover. Oh, hello, Reggie. The Bachman books, this was such a cool find. I found this on Pango as well, and it is the books that he published under the name Richard Bachman. People found out pretty quickly that he was Stephen King, and so he ceased using a pen name, but it does have Rage, The Long Walk, Roadwork, and The Running Man. Of those, I've only read The Long Walk, and I hated it, so we'll see. But Rage is one that's about a school shooting that was actually is out of publication, and you can't actually buy it or find it anywhere, I think since, like, whenever Columbine was, so it's kind of cool to own a copy of that. You can see that this is very old, but yeah, so that's cool. Can't put it back in the shelf, though. Cujo, ew, no, I hate this book, so I'm definitely going to get rid of it. Pet Sematary I really like. I actually haven't read a couple of these. Just After Sunset, I don't think I've read. Misery I've read several times, love. Haven't read Sleeping Beauties. Christine I love, Dr. Sleep I love, The Outsider I love. Over on this shelf we have It, which I really don't like that much, but I feel like I can't call myself a Stephen King fan unless I own a copy of it. So, it's sticking around. The Langoliers, I really didn't like this, but I'm just going to keep it. On Writing, I love this, and I bought this edition in Maine, in Bangor, so I feel like it's like got some extra like special Stephen King moment vibes in there. The Running Man, I probably don't need to keep this since I have that other one, but Later, which I really liked. Salem's Lot and The Shining, really liked both of those. Haven't read this, The Colorado Kid. And then I have these, which I love. These are like serialized editions of The Green Mile, which I love, love, love. I got these on Pango as well, so that's really cool. Love that book. And The Stand, which you can see is well loved. This stupid little copy that I don't know why I decided to read it in the mass market paperback format, but it was a journey, let me tell you. Joyland and The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. Loved those. Actually, wait, I'm the liar. I didn't read Joyland. And over here we just have some classics. And honestly, I don't think I've read any of these either. Well, I have read Rebecca and Then They Were None and The Great Gatsby, but that's like half of them. So do with that what you will. So now we're turned back around. I know that video was kind of chaotic, and I'm so sorry for my terrible camera work, but that was the best I could do. I think I did pretty well cleaning out my read books that I know I'm not going to read again. And again, all of these will be listed on Pango. And if you do buy a book from me on Pango and you saw it on this video, send me a message because I'll send you like a little gift to go with it. And yeah, I think that would be fun to see how many people from here went over there. So those are all of my read books that I have kept thus far into my life. I do have like a couple like random ones on like, I have a whole shelf of just like baseball books, but it's a mess and I'm honestly embarrassed to show it to the world. So you're lucky you're seeing these because these are also kind of messy and embarrassing. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I'd love it if you would subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.